Al Jolson's a name that, boy, just automatically just rings with entertainment value. And proud to say that we're talking with Al Jolson's son, who is in Nashville these days. Good morning, Albert. How are you?
All right, thank you.
We had a chance to talk, when was it, about a week or so ago, and set up this little thing. And found out that you have moved recently from Los Angeles, at least fairly recently, to Nashville, right?
Well, basically, it's not Los Angeles. I've been in Nashville on and off for about almost 2 years now. I came to Nashville after living about 22 years in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm permanently in Nashville with this studio, kind of demo studio, I've just opened up.
All right. There's a lot of musicians in Nashville who have a lot of different studios to choose from, and I understand you're trying to keep your costs relatively low, aren't you?
Well, yes. I mean, I have now cost relatively low. I mean, I only have at the present moment a 4-track studio, but it's one of the best 4-track studios in Nashville.
Well, obviously you're keeping the name Al Jolson alive.
Oh yes, I'm very proud of my dad and the work he's done. You know, I always I think he's one of the founders of popular music.
Oh, I don't think anybody would argue with you. You were quite young when your father passed away. I think you were 3, weren't you?
Almost, yes. Just a month and a half off, I think.
Yeah. So that was, well, it was unfortunate that you didn't get to know your dad better, I suppose. But no doubt I've heard an awful lot about him.
Well, I've come to know him. I do recollect him a bit with a little bit of aid from all the 16mm home movies we had taken before his death and things like this. They just revive the memories, and I guess I remember remembering, you know.
Yeah, but you can be very proud of your father, that's for sure. Trying to think, he was in really what became to be the first sound movie, The Jazz Singer.
Yes, it's been done. The last time it was done was with Neil Diamond.
I think it's done, what, 3 or 4 times now?
No, it was done in 1952. I think that was, I'm not sure, but I think that was with Eddie Cantor. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes get names mixed up, but I think that was who did it in 1950, and then just recently with Neil Diamond.
Now, you correct me if I'm wrong, but your father's real name was Asa Jolson, wasn't it?
Jolson, yes.
And Asa, the first name?
Asa, yes.
Yeah. He was a cantor, and that really came through in the motion picture. I wonder how much of the motion picture is really reflective of your father's life.
Well, basically, the motion picture is a resume of his life. Now, a resume, I mean, this is the Jolson story in Jolson Sings Again, which is the continuation of the Jolson story, both with Larry Parks. They last over 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Putting the two together. The Jolson story is just a little bit over 3 hours, and Jolson Sings Again is just a little bit under 3 hours.
So there's a lot of entertainment there. I was told, in fact, I think I read it before, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a sequence when Larry Parks was to do some dance routines that they actually had your father do, even though Larry Parks played your father. The actual dance in the movie was your father, wasn't it?
Basically, the show was done with my father always there. I mean, showing kind of getting Larry Parks to act. You know, he used to do the act in front of Larry.
Mm-hmm.
You see, he used to go along with him when he was doing the act, when they were filming.
I see. But was he photographed himself then for some of the dance routines? I thought I read that. Maybe that's inaccurate.
I really do not know.
Okay.
I know that my dad always, in the back of the camera, always was doing about the same thing as Larry Parks should do. You see, keeping him sure of the steps and everything else.
Your dad definitely had a style, that's for sure, and I'm told by a number of people who we've talked to in the past that nobody wanted to follow your father on stage. He just absolutely stole the show. I mean, the entertainer's entertainer. That's the way he was described, so he was quite an individual, quite a winner, that's for sure. And I would use that to describe you, too. You've had some tragedy in your life. Your father died, obviously, when you were 3 years of age, and you were in an automobile accident. How many years ago? I think it was 13 years ago, wasn't it?
Yes, it was in October of '69. Yes, October is really not our month.
Yeah.
That's when my dad died, and that's when I almost died, so, you know, but...
that happened in Switzerland, didn't it, Al?
Yes, in a automobile accident.
You were really banged up there for quite a while, but actually it's taken you this long to come along and actually walk with, what, a cane occasionally?
No, I walk with a cane, yeah. I mean, that's what I've kind of graduated up to. From the bed to the wheelchair, walking aids to different, to broomsticks, to, you know, and finally to a cane.
Yeah. Well, that's a long, hard struggle, but you made it, obviously, and I hope that the recording studio turns out to be a big success for you.
Well, I hope so, too. I mean, I'm glad with all the encouragement I'm getting, you know.
I understand that Conway Twitty used your facilities.
He was my first client.
I'm told that you kept the check that Conway wrote and put it in the studio's wall. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's first check. You always got to treasure it, you know.
Conway got a heck of a deal then, didn't he?
Oh, well...
You haven't cashed it yet.
Pardon?
You haven't cashed it?
Oh, yeah, I've cashed it. Just so I'm not that bad. I just made a photostatic copy of it.
Oh, I got it. Well, you're nobody's fool, that's for sure, then.
Okay.
Al, I'll let you go, but it's a pleasure to visit with you. And we've been playing some of your father's music this morning, and I think we'll wrap this up with another one of the famous Jolson tunes. Have a good day, will you?
Okay, you too.
I've been away from you a long time. I never thought I'd miss you so. Somehow I feel your love is real. Near you I want to be. The birds are singing, it is song time. The banjo's strumming soft and low. I know that you yearn for me too. Swanee, you're calling me. Swanee, how I love you, my dear old Swanee. I'd give the world to be among the folks in DIX. I even know my mammy's waiting for me, praying for me down by the Swanee. The folks up north won't see me no more when I get to that Swanee shore. I love the old folks at home, Swanee. How I love you, my dear old Swanee. The folks up north won't see me no more when I get to that Swanee shore.